want to start by talking about geopolitics because right now this is the most pressing issue.
hmm
What's your assessment of the Iran war and what do you think will happen next for the US, but also for the wider region? Is this really the start of World War III, as some analysts have stipulated?
Um, well, like most issues, it's extremely complex. There's no real simple yes or no. I don't tend to believe a lot in binaries where you either yes or no, true or false, one side or the other. Uh, as to what's going to happen, it's a war. And I've done enough studying in wars. I mean, the general assessment of pretty much all sides in World War One was that it was time for a war. We needed a quick war, kind of get it out of our systems, and everybody pretty much agreed it would last 30 days. And of course, they all thought they would win. 4 years later, 20 million dead turned out somewhat different than what they had planned. You never know what's going to happen. It's one of the big dangers in war. So far, seems pretty one sided. In terms of, I thought it was kind of inevitable that we would have to do something with Iran at one point or another. I've been following that closely since literally 1979, where I happen to live in Wisconsin. We have a candidate for the House of Representatives who was actually one of the 440 hostages in Tehran during the takeover of the embassy in 1979. He was, if I remember right, he was one of the Marine Guards who was captured. So it's not something I just stumbled across. For example, I view Iran getting a nuclear weapon and North Korea getting a nuclear weapon as vastly different propositions. North Korea getting a nuclear weapon was extremely undesirable because, they just are not a stable regime, but they're not a suicidal regime. If Iran got a nuclear weapon, I was under the belief that they would use it. In fact, I remember a interview, a decade or two ago with one of the Iranian generals, and the reporter asked him, he said, if you get a nuclear weapon and use it on Israel, Israel has nuclear weapons. They'll use them back on you. And the general said, yeah, we might lose 10 to 40 million people in such an exchange, but Israel would be gone. And it was pretty clear from the way he was expressing it that was a good exchange. So them getting a nuclear weapon, I didn't think if they got one that they would have it for long before they used it. Not like North Korea. So getting rid of it, I think was a good thing. In terms of if, and it's a big if we could get the regime there to be a more democratic regime, the Iranian people, the Persians, uh, have not liked the government for a long time. And you've seen periodic revolutions, attempts at revolutions, the Green Revolution going back during the Obama era, and the more recent uprisings. Uh, so I think there would be significant change, and the region would be far more peaceful. And one of the things everyone pretty much agrees on, at least here in the United States, even those who are opposed to the war, Republicans and Democrats, is that Iran has been the largest state sponsor of terrorism around the world. So getting rid of it is a good thing. If we can do that, and what will happen in the intern, those are still up for grabs. This is the future, and I'm better at the history than I am at the future.